Thank you for joining In the Vine Dating Podcast with host Melissa Chavez, where we'll be inviting different guests to answer all of your questions about Christian dating and relationships, and of course, discussing our upcoming event, the Christ and Country Dating Mixer, this November 18th. If you have not signed up yet, please visit our website at inthevinedating.com. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to show your support and like, share, and subscribe.
Hi everybody, my name is Melissa Chavez. I am one of the founders of In the Vine Dating and now host of In the Vine Dating podcast. I am so excited to be here with you all, not just because it's our first podcast, but because I get to introduce the rest of the team here. And so before I move on to introductions though, I do want to give a disclaimer. Please remember that this is the first time that we're doing anything remotely like this, so you're definitely going to hear a lot of goof ups, but the good thing is that it's going to be fun. So now the first person that I would like to introduce is the second founder of In the Vine Dating. Her name is Shekinah Ariel. And so Shekinah, tell us a little bit about yourself and your role here at In the Vine Dating.
Hi. So first, it's an honor to be called one of the founders because this was really your vision, first of all. And I'm just glad to be a part of this incredible team that we have. There's four ladies on, for those of you who can't see us, there are four ladies here, and I just love to be working with them. We all have different backgrounds, come from different places.
Yes.
And to team together with our differences and to work together so perfectly with one another, bringing together our strengths and helping each other strengthen those weaknesses has just been an honor and a blessing. And so specifically for this event, In the Vine Dating Mixer has just been so exciting. Growing up in the church, I know what it's like to be single as a Christian. I understand the struggle of being able to find godly places where you can go and meet people.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So being able to be a solution to that problem is just a blessing. And to work with Melissa, who has just an excellent vision and heart behind this, has just been an honor and a privilege. So thank you for including me on this.
Yeah, of course. So tell them about your amazing marketing.
Yeah. I've been working in marketing for, over 10 years at this point.
Aren't you 12 years old?
I look at it sometimes. I should. But no, it's when you presented this idea, I got so stoked for it. I jumped into the website design, which that part was new for me.
Within an hour.
Yeah.
You went full force.
Yeah, she did.
It's just my current job, ISOM, I'm going to throw that in there. I do a lot with an amazing team of people there, and I learned so much. And so getting to take what I've learned through the ministry that I work through now and be able to apply it to this event has just been great practice and just a joy for me because I got to put into practice building a website, which was new for me, and social media marketing, that's kind of my niche. And Yessie came up with the logo and the name, and that was brilliant. And just being able to work with her and her creativity was just we paired so well in bringing that together. So the marketing's been so much fun for this event.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that was a great segue to Yessie, actually. So this next person, she's one of our board members. So I'm going to let her talk a little bit about herself and also her role at In the Vine Dating.
Hi, everybody. Again, like Shekinah said, it's an honor to be a part of In the Vine Dating, and especially In the Vine Dating podcast, because podcasts are so much fun. Hopefully, we're streaming on Spotify. Follow Spotify.
We'll advertise.
But it's been so much fun. Like she said, I'm a board member, but honestly, I'll be anywhere she needs me or the team needs me, from creative designing to creating a logo to creating a slogan to honestly being a balloon artist, charcuterie board artist, whatever she needs. We'll definitely be there to fill in all the spots. So it's a pleasure to be a part of it. A little bit about myself, right?
Yeah.
I'm 29.
Oh.
Yes. Close to 30. Oh my goodness.
How exciting.
Yes.
Golden year.
Golden year. But I'm 29. I am married for 3 years already.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. I've been in the faith for 7 years.
Been in the game.
Been in the game. So I honestly never went on, I was never a believer and would go out for dates in places where I should go. That's per se. So this is a great experience because I can see it from the other's perspective also. And I'm also a mother to a beautiful baby girl. She's 1 year old. And you know, it's just been fun, and I know that this new chapter in my life is going to help a lot with In the Vine Dating and In the Vine Dating podcast. Hopefully I can bring in a different perspective.
Absolutely. I'm so excited about that. And last but not least, we have the second board member. This lady keeps us sane for sure, or I should say keeps us in check.
Keeps us out of jail.
Yeah, that's her tagline.
That is.
So her name is Denise Verduzco. Denise, tell us a little bit about yourself and your role here at In the Vine.
Yes, hi, my name is Denise Verduzco, and that does seem to be the tagline that follows me around is I keep a lot of people, entities out of jail per se. But I want to first just agree with Shekinah and Yessie. You know, it really is an honor and a privilege to be a part of something that's so kingdom. I know that Melissa and I have been speaking about something of this nature for a very long time. So truly to see it come to fruition is such an honor, and I'm just ecstatic and excited, especially with what's just going on in the world, to bring forth a solution to a problem, right? We're a type of group that doesn't just speak about the problem, but is willing to bring a solution to it. And because of that, you know, I love being a part of it, and, you know, said yes when I was given the invitation and opportunity. As far as my role, I think this is one of the few things where I get to just be a part of without really doing too much work, to be honest.
Yes.
But and I love it.
Keyword yet.
I love it. But you know, I do keep them insane on check, making sure. I'm definitely, you know, praying for the vision, praying for the team. I am not single. I am married.
Yeah, she's not. Don't look at the picture. I think so.
I am married to an amazing man. My husband, he is a Marine vet, and I always throw that out there. But I've been married for about 8 years now, and I have 3 beautiful girls, a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 4-year-old. And so, you know, I guess just a lot of what I'm bringing to the table is I dated out in the world, and I did it God's way. And if I can sit back and just reflect on it, I think, you know, doing it God's way was the best way and should be the only way, to be honest.
1,000%.
So just, you know, I'm excited. There is a lot of titles that I carry, but honestly, the best one is wife and mom. So I'll just leave it at that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really good. And I think that's why it was so important for me to bring in people who are from different walks of life, right? Because what that does, it brings in different perspectives. And I think a lot of women in the church that are single right now, they really discredit this season that we're in, or we look at the grass is greener or vice versa. And so just having these different perspectives, I think really brings in a wholeness, and also brings in some sort of like, I don't know if guidance is the right word, but also gives us like the ability to be able to be like, oh, okay, these are things that other people didn't prepare for. So now I can look at that blind spot, I guess. Like, does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, one of the things that I love about Melissa, and you know, in the beginning, her and I did not get along, so I just want to throw that out there.
How funny, because so apparently we didn't either, and I was all about her.
Right. So one of the things that I love about Melissa is that although she's single, she has no problem being around married people. And in that, you know, there's a scripture that talks about iron sharpens iron, and she's been able to, just because we're in 2 different walks of life does not mean that we cannot learn or lean from one another. And if there's anything that anybody takes out today is that, you know, I think a lot of times we're so cliquey and we just, single people stick with the single people and married people stick with the married people, but how are we going to learn from one another if that's not happening? So just to go back to what you said is, you know, there is wisdom in the multitude of counsel, right? So in being able to be around married people and vice versa, single people, there is so much that can be learned.
Yeah.
And because there's things, and I love, I think it was Pastor Adriana who once said this, is, you know, some things are not just taught but caught.
Yes.
And that can only be done when you're around a group of people. So I believe that just, it goes along. I wanted to just add on to what you were saying.
Yeah, that's really good.
I totally agree with Denise with what she said. I think that hanging out with Melissa, and I know that she's single, but also by choice, you guys. She chooses to be, okay? I just want to throw that out there because there's been people, but they're not the person that she wants and that she needs, you know? It's not the one that God has sent. And so I'm thankful that she's so faithful for that. She knows what she wants and what she's worthy of, and she's not going to, you know, stand for anything else, you know, for what even believers out there, right?
Oh my goodness. Let's talk
rubbing her shoulder, just so you guys know. That's not okay.
It's weird out here, you guys.
Yeah. So I'm just thankful, and Denise mentioned, she does hang out with the married people also, which I think is awesome because she's just a breath of fresh air when she does come around. I know she's known my husband actually before I even known him, and she even was there from the very beginning. And my husband, he's been in the church for a while with Melissa. They're the same age and they worked in the same place. That's how I've met them. But she's just been how do I say, like the best friend that we have. She's been there from the very beginning to where we're at now, and I'm sure she's seen a lot of growth because we put God first. But it is hard out there at the very beginning too,
I promise you guys, I did not pay them to say any of this. This is not what I expected. But I think they mentioned something that was like super, super keen, right? Because I know that I want to make sure that we go in order. But one of the things that I think I've heard in the church a lot, right, is, you got to have your list. You got to have like all these things. You got to have your ducks in a row. And if it's anything that I've learned these past couple of years is that the world has like this, even in Christian world, there's like this status quo of how to find a husband or a wife. And I think that those status quos have definitely been annihilated these past few years. Mm-hmm. And the dating of today, even in finding somebody for marriage or, for that, has completely changed because we're starting to see the importance of having the nuclear family. And I know that talking about that from a point where we're still barely trying to find somebody to even date, but knowing what the end goal and one of the callings, I guess, that we have as men and women really helps set the tone on what you're willing to break, like those deal breakers, and what you're not, right? And so now I kind of want to just share where In the Vine came from. It came from a lot of kicking and screaming, for sure. I definitely, this was actually supposed to launch back in 2021, but things happened, and a lot of, I'm gonna throw myself under the bus.
It's not COVID.
It's not COVID, right. Definitely not COVID. And so, but things happened, and we weren't. Me. I'm gonna throw myself under the bus. I kind of got in my own way, right? And so then now this year, after seeing just how hard it is to find somebody without having to compromise where you're gonna go, right? As Shekinah was mentioning earlier, like one of the things that my pastor always says, like, because there's been times where, and I'm not proud to say this, but I went to like just recently I went to like where was it, like a line dancing thing, and being there, she was like, well, what kind of person do you expect to find? And so, and I'm like, well, you never know. And she's like, well, if you find a you never know person, what do you think they're gonna think about you being there? And I'm like, P-Lynn, why you gotta cuss at me like that? And so that really was kind of what launched this in a lot of ways. And there'll be other episodes where I can go in a little deeper. But I think that's the basic heart behind this, right? It's like creating an atmosphere of people being able to come together and without the pressure and without the fear of, hey, are they values aligning with mine or not? So Shekinah, what do you think about that?
No, I totally agree. I think this is exactly what Christians need, a place to go.
Yeah.
And of course we have our church, and our churches are fantastic. I don't want to ever put down what churches are doing for their singles, but the body of Christ collectively needs to have a place where we can just go, what I mean? So where we can just talk to one another, and we can do it in a safe, godly forum where we know I'm single, I'm a Christian, I have certain values, I have my faith, and I'm talking to an individual who I at least know,
right,
on some level shares those same values. That can at least get the conversation going.
Yeah.
And what I love about what your vision for this event is getting people involved. You're not just getting a bunch of single people together in a room and then going, "Okay, have at it."
Right.
It's purposeful and intentional.
It's purposeful.
Right.
We're putting together like games and exercises that are gonna get everyone having fun first and foremost.
Right.
But the confidence to step into those confidences that of just talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
And so for me, what I notice in this event, which is going to be so invaluable to people who show up, is even if you don't walk out of that event with a date, you've walked out with experience.
Exactly.
You walked out with the exercises that are gonna build your confidence.
Yes.
Right.
That, you know, maybe, again, you might not walk out with a date, which we hope and we pray that you do.
Right.
Right.
But if you don't even, you got all the experience that you needed to be able to start a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, so now you can ask that cute girl in the Panera line.
Yeah.
You know, I got to put the practice in this safe, judgment-free environment.
Yeah.
Where it was welcomed, it was expected, and it was guided.
Right.
Through just professionals, essentially. We have a married team behind us. They know what it takes. They
Right.
know how to start a conversation.
Right.
They got to that point. So, but we have a team that are going to help take that awkwardness away and bear the weight of that awkwardness, so that you can learn, you can build your confidence to where you can take these skills out into the world beyond just this mixer. So this mixer is, of course, about, first and foremost, just meeting people right, of the same faith, but also our heart behind this is to help you develop the confidence to take this out into the world, take it out to the cute girl at your church that you've been wanting to talk to, but haven't had the confidence to. This is the opportunity to build those skills in a safe environment that's judgment-free.
Yeah.
Yes. And I just want to add something. I know that In the Vine is not going to be for everybody.
Right.
And that's okay.
Right.
Because I'm sure that you can find a group where you do fit in.
Yes.
But in essence, we've created a group where we've had people that feel like they haven't found the home where they fit in, right? So this is geared towards them. And there's, no hate, no animosity towards that. But, we understand that we're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and we're perfectly fine with that. Because we want to be we've created something for those people that have felt left out to some degree. So I just wanted to make sure that I threw that out there. If we're not for you, cool. Like, find the group that is for you.
Yes.
But at the same time, know that there are people out there that are inquiring and are needing and are looking for groups specific like this. And and that's the audience that we're gearing this towards.
Right. Yeah. No, I absolutely 100% agree with that. And mostly, as Denise is sharing that, and as we're sharing everything that Shekinah touched on, I think that is so key, because for some reason, again, dating in Christianity has gotten a little bit weird. We're either too loose or we're either too uptight.
Right.
And I think the heart behind this event is like, like, if done with wisdom and done with the right,
Guidance,
Guidance,
I would say, because
guidance.
just so you guys know, we all have mentors to some degree, and all of this is, being overseen by even like the pastor of the church. So it's not just us four girls going out there wildly throwing ourselves out there. Like, everything that we do is purposeful, is guided, comes with wisdom, comes with leadership covering.
Yeah.
Even for those church people that you're asking, well, wait, is church leadership involved? And the answer is yes. Yes,
That's
they
right.
are.
Yeah.
We're actually sitting inside of our church.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Using the pastor's equipment.
Yes. How holy can we get?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but I agree with that. As we got to close it up in a few minutes, and so I'm gonna have you guys just kind of give your final thoughts about this, kind of do a final pitch, whatever you want to do.
I just wanted to go back to what the ladies were saying about the event. I know that this event is going to make us take us out of our comfort zone, but we're actually researching what questions are going to be the best questions to get to know somebody on a different level than if you actually did meet them, just at Panera or even at church. We're going to try to ask questions that are a little bit more in depth, and they might make some people feel more comfortable, because they're going to say, oh, I know this person on a deeper level on just that first time. So their first date might be way different than your first date with somebody that you just met online.
That's good. Yeah.
So this is going to be taking a step forward, maybe like 6 steps forward. So maybe your first date might go a lot more different. So I do highly recommend, if you're interested in that girl in church, like Shekinah mentioned earlier, bring her to this event.
Let us know. Let us know.
You get a deal. But I honestly think just taking that step to come here, if you're, especially for males, like if you think like this event, I don't know if I'm gonna find the girl, the right one, they're not all the same, or vice versa, a girl saying, I'm not gonna find the guy, they're probably all weirdos, or they all just want one thing. Like, we hope you guys can take that risk and really trust us and what we're going to do, the environment that we're setting.
Right.
We really have been praying for you guys.
Yes.
Like those people who are buying tickets right now, just know you have a whole team of
Yes.
intercessors for
Literally.
you, like literally.
Yes.
And we're rooting for you guys, and we're, you know, throwing streamers, right? Virtually. So just know we're so excited for every single person that's taking that risk and believing in us, okay?
Right.
Yes, good.
I love that.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I think you have not because you asked not.
Oh, yes.
And so I think the fact that this is being presented to you, and if you're feeling that tug, go for it. You know, you have a lot to gain and very little to lose. And I think if you know you weigh your pros and cons, I think that the pros actually outweigh the cons in this
right.
case. So I agree with the girls. You know, definitely go for it. I mean, you just it won't hurt to try. Like we said, it's definitely a safe environment. There is protocols that will be put in place, and you know, to protect both men and women, not just one sex or the other, but you know, protecting both. You know, our goal is to protect, you know, even the hearts of both of you guys. So there is a lot of planning, a lot of purposeful, intentional things behind the scenes. So I just urge you right now, you know, take the invitation. It's there. It reminds me of that story in Matthew that we were talking about, how the invitation is there.
Matthew 22.
And you know, it's up to you guys. It's the ball is on. The ball is in your court at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Faith without works, you know.
Yes.
Is Yes, dead. Exactly.
I get it, guys. I grew up in the church. Like I said, I've my parents are the pastors. I have grown up in the church. I went to Bible college. I understand the struggle is real, but not just on a personal level, but coming from family, coming from church members. You hear all of this, just differing opinions on the way Christians should date. You have the opinions that are, you should just be happy being single and just trust that God is going to bring the one out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
You should just stay at home studying your Bible and God will
Hasn't worked out.
and that doesn't really make sense, because if some dude is breaking into your home,
Maybe that's the way.
maybe that's the way. You know, God's just not going to magically make this guy appear.
That's right.
You know, faith without works. Again, you're ready to be married. If you know you're in a good place, and you want to make that step, you want to put that step forward. Show up.
Right.
You know, again, you have so many different voices coming from so many different angles. You got the aunties who are pushing you to get married,
AKA tias.
and you have all of this different stuff. But just take a moment to silence your those outside thoughts.
Right.
Yes.
Align yourself with the Spirit and understand that God designed you for a partner. He literally made Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
He designed each and every one of us to have a partner, and there's absolutely no shame in wanting to find the person that God has for you.
Right.
You were literally designed to have a partner of the opposite sex.
Yes.
So if you are ready to step into that place, step into that partnership, and again, we're not here trying to like marry people off. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Just creating an
But if
environment.
it happens,
If it happens, so be it. I'm so excited.
Name your first kid after me.
But we're here to create those first steps and help you create those first steps in getting out there in confidence. And so if you're hearing all these negativities, whether it's coming from yourself,
Right.
or from your church, or from your family, or from your friends, or the teasing, or whatever, just take a moment, silence yourself, step into prayer, and really determine, is this for you? And
Right.
I think for many Christians, it is.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree with her. With all of these ladies, even break down to the faith without works is dead. That has been my kind of cliche, not really cliche, but that's been really what I've been using. Right. And I just want to say, like, I know that coming out may feel like a big risk, right? But in reality, it really is not. I think if we're afraid of rejection, if we're afraid of wasting our time, like one thing that the Lord has been talking to me about these things is, one, everybody's made in the image of God, right? Everybody, that includes yourself, that includes the other people that are going to be there. And so look, if somebody's not your personal preference, that doesn't mean that they're still not worth anything. And if you're not somebody's personal preference, doesn't mean that you're not worth anything.
Right.
It just means that you need to keep looking until you find the right person. Now, what we hope to do and what we're setting out to do at In the Vine Dating is give people that kind of like that strength in heart, right? Where it's like, you know what, I put myself out there, and instead of walking out like, oh no, I didn't get any numbers, I didn't get any connections, instead of walking away with that mindset, we want to encourage you, and we're gonna do our best to uplift you to walk out of that place and be like, wow, I can't believe I put myself out there. Like, I'm so proud of myself. I'm one step closer. It's kind of, and I please forgive me for equating it with this, but one of the ladies in our church, her name is Mama Maria, that's how we call her. And so she's in sales, right? And she's like, yeah, the person that trained her, a millionaire, by the way, a millionaire. When she first started selling, he was like, hey, it doesn't matter if, I think he told her you need to make like 10 calls and like the 10th one is going to be that one yes. And so then when she would like make that 9th call, she would get excited because she was one step closer to getting that yes. And so she took that and she applied it, and now she's like one of the best sellers. She has so much favor in that company where she has testimony after testimony. And so when you come out here, even if you live with, if you leave with lots of no's, or if you only get one yes, you really only need that one yes. And so we want to just encourage you, like, don't fall victim to those old school ways of doing things. I'm not saying that they weren't good for that time, but what I'm saying is we're in a completely different season. And I think myself, and as Shekinah was mentioning, we've all tried it in that way. But now it's time to do something new, right? The Lord does things new every season, every new era. And so we're in the Vine dating era. So check us out, inthevinedating.com, or you can check out our Instagram at inthevine.dating, and send us your questions, send us your emails, and we'll be more than happy to answer whatever questions you have, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, and also send us questions. What do
Yes.
you guys want to hear about, right?
Yes.
What is it that's on your mind? What is stuff that other people are not answering, that don't have a Christian base,
Yes.
or base or faith or any of that? Like, ask. We would be more than happy. Sorry, if I'm
No,
speaking for you,
no.
Melissa, but we would be more than happy to answer these questions.
Yes.
You know, and make it a place where we can, you know, like a safe place, I guess, per se. I hate
Yeah.
saying that word.
I
but,
know, such a liberal
so I
quote.
know, but we can create a place where there can be that type of dialogue and communication, and, you know, hopefully be able to provide answers.
Yes.
And if we can always find people that can.
That's
so
right.
I'm excited for that.
Yes,
Yeah,
same.
Melissa, you're planning on doing this once a week now, I think is what we talked about.
The podcast, yeah. I'm like the event girlfriend. Let's get through this first. You're ready to get me work. This is why we have Shekinah. She's the one that does it. She gets us to do it, I guess, or gets me. But yeah, once a week.
Once a week. Okay,
More or
yeah.
less.
So yeah, absolutely what Denise was saying. You guys have questions. If we aren't able to answer it,
Right.
we will find somebody who can.
Yeah.
Right.
Melissa is planning on interviewing
Guests,
different people,
yeah.
guests of
Men.
all different backgrounds, men and women, and
Yes.
experts and whatever.
Yes. Even
I
if
will
you.
get them for you, Melissa.
Yeah, hey, even if you want to come on here and you want to let us pick your brain, hey, send us, let us know, because we just want to hear perspectives from many different people. We want to put our finger to the pulse, right? We want to know what's going on, and obviously don't come in here if you're pro. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Don't advertise yourself.
Don't
That's how
advertise.
we
Yeah, like this is not a dating app for.
But if it works, it works. I'm just saying that's
It worked for YouTube.
yeah. It works for you.
Yeah. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. We look forward to receiving your feedback and just making more of these things. It's going to be so much fun.
I also just wanted to interrupt, but I know Melissa also wanted to do this for different ages.
Oh, yes.
So if, I know right now it's 25-ish to 39-ish. So I'm only saying that because that's on the flyer. But if your age range is different from that, please know that. Send us a message. We are in the works of creating other events for
Yes.
your age range. Please let us know ahead of time, and this way we can definitely set something up. But we definitely want to see the success of our events right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. And same thing, if you're a pastor or you have a pastor that you're close with and you want us to host an event at your church or even business,
Yes, that's good.
let us know. You can email us at inthevine.dating@gmail.com. That's how you can get a hold of us.
Say that
Visit
again?
our-
Yeah.
Yeah. The email is inthevine.dating@gmail.com. Please send us an email. Again, whether it's because you want to inquire about different age groups, if you're a leader in the church or a business owner and you want to host one of these events at your establishment,
Yeah.
please let us know. And again, even if you have a genuine question
Yes.
concerning
Or need
dating,
prayer.
or
We're
need
always down
prayer,
to
yeah,
pray.
absolutely.
Down to pray. All right. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you liked this episode or we answered any of your questions, or you have a question that you would like to be discussed in future episodes, let us know in the comments or share on social media. You may also email us at inthevine.dating@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit our website for more information about our upcoming events on inthevinedating.com. And be sure to hit subscribe so you won't miss out on the amazing content and guests we have lined up for you. Shalom and God bless.